Hola, amigas. Hola, Gaby.
Hola, Jeanette. Hola, mamacitas.
So this week we are in Mexico. We are having a little girls trip, and so we just wanted to do a quick episode on mom's guilt and what does that mean to you? How can we work around that? So just sharing a few ideas with you guys. So how does the mom guilt shows up for you, Gabby?
Yeah, I think it's stronger when they're little, but I'll speak to my daughter's age. She's 8.5. So I think even though she's 8.5, she's still little and there's a lot of guilt around it. She's more vocal, so she wants to come. I obviously want to make memories with her. And sometimes there's guilt about not bringing her and guilt around just leaving her behind. So
Yeah.
not having the care that, I don't know, as moms we feel like the only people that could care for our kids best is us. I don't know why, but that's kind of the mentality around it. And because we know our kids well, we know what they like, don't like. And when we have good relationships with them, they are vocal about where they're staying and they protest, especially at 8. They're starting to be a little more opinionated. They're still concrete thinkers, but they're approaching the tween developmental stage, and so there's pushback. And so when I've gone on trips, she's like, how come I can't come? When are you coming home? I miss you. And those are the hardest things. You didn't ask this, but I'm going to share anyway.
Yeah.
What I do to sort of like help cope with that is I call her daily. I feel like she needs to know that even when I'm gone, she's still present in my heart and my mind. And that seems to help a little.
Yeah.
What about you? How does it show for you?
Yeah, so my daughter is 17 months, almost 17 months. And obviously, she's still little. And this is only my second trip away from her. The first one was 3 days. This one is a little bit longer, it's 4.5 days. And yes, you were mentioning when they're younger, smaller, you feel that they need you more, which is true. They literally need you. And same, I feel that nobody can know better than me what she needs. Again, I'm very lucky. I have a superstar team at home, my mom and my partner, and they're keeping her safe and well taken care of. And I know that she's well taken care of, especially because I try to call her every day too, and she doesn't even acknowledge me, which hurts my feelings a little bit, but it also makes me feel more secure that she is okay, that she is not missing me as much. I'm sure she does, but it's her cup is being filled right now, and that makes me feel better. But it's interesting that why moms feel this guilt and maybe dads don't feel it as much. So, first of all, we do have that cultural indoctrination to where in society, at least for the longest time, we have always almost like worshiped this sacrificial mother sort of role where mom has to be there all the time, has to take care of the baby. That's your main function. There is also obviously that sense of, yeah, my baby's not having all their needs met if I'm not there. So you do feel that. And then also there is the what I always talk about, the bonding part or the attachment, that I have some attachment issues with my daughter. But I think it's somewhat normal when they're still so little. So yeah, you feel like, oh, she's gonna miss me a lot, or I'm gonna miss her a lot, which I'm the one missing her the most. I'm like, I'm ready to see her already.
Like yesterday, we kept seeing parents with their babies
Yes.
at the beach,
And
and
the kids.
Jeanette was like doting over
Baby,
and
yeah.
missing her baby. I think that's normal, but if anything, it speaks to the good attachment you have with her. I know you were joking, but you say I have attachment issues. No, it means you are securely attached to your daughter, and that's why you're missing her. The good news is it's harder for us, like you said, when they're little, but it's easier for them when they're little because at 17 months old, they don't have a concept of time.
Right.
And, whatever.
Mommy's been gone for a while.
For a while,
but
yeah. And they're very present with what's immediately in their face, right? So she was watching Elmo. Like
Yeah.
Elmo was the it thing. And of course she's going to ignore you when she's busy, mom. Like,
Yeah, I'm watching Elmo. Elmo's doing cool things. Yeah.
yeah, so there's that. Yeah, I think the sacrificial role is more so in Latina communities or Latinx communities, but also in other communities of people of color where they are matriarchs, right? Or the mom's in charge. And so when mom's gone, it's things don't function. There's a little bit of dysfunctioning in the system. And so this is why mom's mental load is always overcharged. Even on vacation, we're working. Did I leave this? Did I do that? When I come back, am I going to be prepared for this? Or because you know that when you come back, they're going to be ready to hand the baby over.
Oh, yeah.
Like, not in a bad way. They love her, obviously. But but they're okay. You got your rest. Our turn. Like,
yeah, exactly.
So you're never really free on vacation, really, because you have those moments of you're missing your child, or am I being, guilt? Like, am I a good mom?
And you're already thinking about what is to come when I get home. What do I have to do?
So you're lucky that your mom is supportive, but our mamacita friends may not have that in their support system or their communities. They may be hearing things like, no, ¿cómo vas a dejar a tu hija? How can you leave your child? How can you leave your daughter? What mom does that, right? Yeah. There's always an intonation of judgment, right? Mm-hmm. And so what do you think? What do you recommend for those mamacitas out there that don't have the support your mom gives you?
I like to think about reframing these, okay? You know what you need better than anybody else. And yeah, there might be some judgment. And I want to clarify real quick, there is a difference between having some time to yourself and recharge and all of that, and there is a difference with neglect.
Yeah.
So we're not talking about neglect here, right? We do know some mamas and dads that are more on the neglectful side, and they prioritize their happiness, fun, and all of these over their child's needs. So again, I'm taking a little break, but I know that my child is well taken care of. I know who is taking care of her, and I know that she's safe.
That's a good point, yeah.
That she's secure. But yeah, going back to that mom's guilt, there is the reframing piece. So you have to think about recharging yourself, recharging your battery. You don't operate as well when you are in burnout mode. So
that's right.
That's part of how you can reframe that. Hey, I need this time away. Not that your child is a burden, right? But maybe you just need an extra sleep every morning, or you need to bond.
To yourself.
Yeah, to yourself. Just time along where you can go to the bathroom without little hands coming from under the door. Or you need to bond with your girlfriends. There is conversations that are hard to have in front of your kids because they want your attention all the time. So that's a way to reframe that you need to recharge, to come back, refresh.
And it doesn't have to be this, right? Yes, beautiful beach is nice, but it's not always accessible to everybody or affordable or just feasible because of time restraints, whatever the case may be. But it could be time to yourself, a weekend getaway, or just a girls' night, or
a day at the spa.
At the spa. It could be just a time out for 2 hours. Can you watch my child for this long? Booking a babysitter if you don't have somebody, a support system. Obviously, if you trust them and go through a safe business. There are other ways that you can do this for yourself. And so again, we're just here to kind of start the dialogue around it, support women, because I think we do so much, but we don't get the breaks and the support that we need. So our generation, I think, has been good about introducing the ideas, and then newer generations are better about self-care and things like that.
And that's another point that I'm role modeling. We're role modeling to our children self-care. That self-care is important. We come from a generation of mothers where, again, that sacrificial motherhood was seen as the only way to do it. And now we are teaching our children it's okay to take a break from responsibilities from time to time, as long as you're doing it a responsible way.
To circle back what you were saying, dads, and I won't say dads who are primary caregivers. I'm just talking about dads who are co-sharing,
Yeah,
right?
co-parenting, but not the primary.
In the household, yeah, with the person. They don't feel as much guilt because they're consistently taking breaks. They're not carrying the loads that we're carrying on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. And so self-care is normal for them. Yeah. So when they go away for a weekend, like, babies with mom, that's it. Yeah. It in nature, that makes sense. Where we're starting to see a little bit of a change in that regard. So we are seeing some men, shout out to the men stepping up, caring more for their kids, sharing the workload, helping with bath time, things like that. I think that to also tag on to you saying this is self-care, it's modeling self-care for our kids. I also think it's knowing the weight we carry being visible. When you're gone, now it falls on your partner to do it. So then he realizes, wow, this is a lot. That was 4 days and you do it 24/7. So I think it gives also the opportunity for your partner, whether it's same sex or opposite gender, whoever the primary caregiver is, to showcase everything you do. And also, mind you, it's probably not everything you do, but it's a big bulk of what needs to be done. And I think that's important too, that your partner appreciates your role in the household, because being a mom is a job. It's a full-time job on top of if you're already working. Yeah. So I kind of want to present the good side of doing this. Tackle on mommy guilt. Yeah.
Absolutely. No, you just reminded me that I had this, it was funny to me, last time that I went away, it was for, like I said, 3 nights. And when I came back, like my partner, we were having a conversation and he was having a hard time remembering words. He's like, what is that? What is that? And I was like, see, that's what you get after just 1 weekend with Jimena. You are like brain fog and like you cannot remember words. Welcome to my life. Yeah. This is why half of the time my brain is like in overload and I cannot straight. Yeah, that's that right there is an example of what you were just saying, that it really takes more than just the physical load. It takes that mental load too. And he was able to feel that. I don't know if it was coincidence or not, but
or that he was aware of that.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you pointed it out for him.
Yeah.
I also think that, I want to say, and this is just my opinion, you could disagree. Maybe on the inside it feels a little bit more anxious. But you've been doing well on the trip. Like we've had fun. But I don't think you got there easily. Like you were taking work trips with the baby at first. Yeah. So this is not like one day she decided, I'm going to go on a girls. It's been a progression, but I think exactly for that, because that fighting that mom guilt and that anxiety that my baby is going to be away from me is rough. Yeah. I do want to commend you for working into that.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm proud of myself. And I do have, more work trips coming up. And that's partially why I wanted to do these, because to like cut that umbilical cord, maybe I needed to do something fun first. Mm-hmm. And yeah, she came with me that first year.
So hard. Please explain how those trips went.
Yes, it was. So again, thankfully, my mom is with me at all times. While I'm at work doing my training or whatever I have to do, my mom stays in the hotel with the baby, taking care of the baby, right? But as she gets older, she's being more difficult to just stay in a room all day. And even though I brought a lot of toys and all of that, but she's not napping as much.
Oh, the baby's getting older.
Yeah, the baby's getting older. And it's getting more difficult. Well, my mom is getting older too.
I know, but you're talking about your baby being mobile and like she's hard to stay.
Yeah, exactly. So I knew the day will come where I will have to start going on these trainings, these work trips without her. And yeah, so I decided, okay, I have a girls trip coming. It's a 3-day. I will be distracted the whole time, and this will be a good way to take that step, because I was really nervous about, like I said before, I miss my baby even when she's asleep. Like that's how much attachment issues I have. No, but I was like, how am I gonna be away from her for 3 days, for 4 days in the future when I'm, staying away for a long time for work? So yeah, this has been helpful to do it with girlfriends first, having fun, doing something that keeps me distracted, and then proves to me, yeah, she is okay. She survived these. She's fine.
Yeah. I think it also hosts confidence in your partner, because I think I'm trying to entertain the other perspective. It could be hurtful to think, this is my daughter. You don't think I'm capable of like providing as good a care as you, which by the way is normal for parents to think in that way, or primary caregivers to think in that way, because it's true. There is some like innate ability that you can anticipate needs maybe your partner cannot, but if you don't give them the opportunity to, they will never learn. So they can be just as competent, just as attentive to their needs if there is opportunity to build that. But if we keep being the default parents, then there's no opportunity for growth.
Absolutely. And it's good for the babies too, to create a sense of independence from mom, from the primary caregiver. Around what we're trying to say, it is healthy, it is a positive experience for everybody. It's not, you're not a bad mom for taking a couple of days away from your baby to enjoy with girlfriends, or however, even if it's by yourself, you just want to get away by yourself. It's not negative. And again, I want to emphasize there is a difference with being neglectful. But in this case, we're not talking about neglectful parents. We're talking about parents that are investing in themselves to be even better parents and more present for their children.
I think you might see us out and about on the streets. We want to have something special for you later. These are like reflow segments for you. We're still on our podcast journey, so if you're growing and learning with us, we thank you for being committed to watching us grow and joining us in our community. Final thoughts are, if you want a margarita, have it. Salud.
Yeah, saludcita, saludcita. Enjoy, mamas.
Enjoy.
We love you. See you later.
Bye.